The star product at the Timbuktu market is the coal burner that is recycled from cans and the remains of the doors of the trucks that are abandoned along Mali's roads. For an item like this, in the north, Fanta can get 3 times the price of what she paid in Bamako. Fanta has spent the last 2 years contacting European universities and students in order to find a reasonable option she can afford. The arrival of the internet in Mali has allowed her to make these contacts with no trouble at all. Fanta has become an agile net surfer with friends and contacts who live all around the world. Obtaining a visa is one of the main problems for Fanta, as well as for other Africans who lack the means of support in order to study abroad. Not even an excellent academic record can guarantee the processing of a visa or access to scholarships that usually fall in the hands of the children of high government officials. The Kankan Musa is one of the 3 boats that, upon the arrival of the rainy season, travels up and down the Niger, connecting Bamako and Gao. Along the trip, the boat makes stops in Ségou, Mopti, Timbuktu, and dozens of small river villages where passengers and goods get on and off. The arrival of these big barges from Europe dates back to colonial times and is related to the construction of the railway that joins Dakar and Bamako. The intention of the French colonial government was to unite the Niger Basin and the Atlantic Ocean in order to allow for the regular flow of trade and mail between Europe and the hot lands of Western Africa. Upon acquiring independence, the railway, as well as the barges, continued to operate, and they still do. But today they drag on in a dreary and decadent way, seized by a sleeping sickness that seems to be forever installed in the peaceful heart of Africa. On the river, time is an illusion of the mind. On the Niger River, time does not flow, nor is it transformed. It does not run or pass. It does not try to deceive the future. It is not divided into seconds, nor is it lost or avoided. On the Niger River, time simply does not exist. The Niger is the home to the genies of the water, invisible beings that control what happens on the river. They travel through the water without respecting jurisdiction, guardians of the absence of time, punishing and protecting those who come close to the river. The genies possess a knowledge that embraces the sciences of the earth and water, the medicinal properties of plants, the movements of the stars, the passions that move man, and the internecine struggles of the gods. They hold the key to the science of life on the river and the inviolable relationship uniting this world to all other existing worlds. Because on the river, there is no past or future, but a perpetual today that is eternally repeated under the rule of the genies. The Kankan Musa is the best preserved of the 3 barges that still cover the Gao-Bamako route. It is divided into 4 classes. First class has double sleeping cabins. Second and third class have multiple cabins. And fourth class passengers sit on deck, sharing space with the cargo. Most women traders travel fourth class down the river. It's a common scene that has repeated itself on the Niger since man can remember. Women have taken care of the small trade business, buying here and selling there, on a traveling merry-go-round, up and down the river. Independent women travel with merchandise and children, surviving with everything on their backs in a non-stop nomadic lifestyle. 2/3 of the passengers are women, and more than half of them travel 4th class. Some travel for personal reasons. Others live on the boat to take care of the cooking or are in charge of the upkeep of the deck, while still others, like these friends of Fanta, dedicate their time to trading on the river. Asitan Koulibaly is 22 years old, while Kamara Traoré is 36 and has constantly traveled between Bamako and Timbuktu for the last 20 years.
This is a toothpick. People use it to take care of their teeth. It comes from a tree that is impossible to find in Timbuktu, which is why we take it there to sell it. It is used to clean teeth, and it also smells good. This is cassava. It is also impossible to find in Timbuktu. You can eat it raw as well as cooked. This is cucumber. Everyone knows how nutritional it is. It also does not exist there. This is taban, which both children and adults enjoy. It has the same properties as a lemon. It is used in baby formulas to add acidity like a lemon does. Here we have peanuts, which the people in Timbuktu love. You can eat them fresh or roasted and with tea. We also use them to make wonderful sauces. We call bananas tiga dege, a fruit that is impossible to find in Timbuktu. Here is an eggplant, which all tribes use in their meals and which everyone calls ngoyo. We like spicy food, and it has always been said that ngoyo is the antidote for hot spices. As for the coal, it's for the passengers to make their own food, as well as for those who prepare tea.
The Kankan Musa makes its first stop at the big city of Ségou on its way to Timbuktu. The journey from Bamako to Timbuktu takes 1 week, but only if the boat does not run aground or the engine doesn't break down, causing a delay of several hours or even days. Kankan Musa is the name of the boat and also of the most renowned of the Bambara kings who managed to create a black empire on the banks of the Niger River. Ségou was its capital. Today, the Bambaras are the people who hold power in Mali. They are farmers who have always lived by the river. Their stomachs and myths are nourished by it. And from here, the city of Ségou, Kankan Musa set sail in the 14th century to take part in the most famous pilgrimage to Mecca of that time. For centuries, that journey has been the object of legendary tales. They say that the king left the city with a caravan of thousands of courtiers, and he carried so much gold with him that while passing through Cairo, he left the value of that precious metal teetering. With the arrival of the French, Ségou became the bureaucratic center of the colony. Since then, it has lost its force and has plunged into a pleasant sleepiness from which it awakens when the market is open. The small town of Kalabubu is located near Ségou. In this town, since long before anyone can remember, women have dedicated themselves to making and selling ceramics. They do not have a cooperative or receive any special aid. They themselves are a cooperative with their own rules and a unifying way of distributing obligations and rights. They also represent the most traditional vision of the Bambara society.